Oh.
Yeah, it's like it's not their fault.
Just saying. Fuck them. Just like this guy.
And if I offended you, I am going to remind you in advance that I am very sorry and I apologize for the inconvenience of me not giving up.
What is going on, losers? Welcome to the Lost Losers podcast. I am your host, Mr. John McQuett, and checking in from good old Ashland, Kentucky.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Is young James.
What up?
Yeah, the conversation that we're having beforehand, the private conversation, just led perfectly in that opening clip, and that's how we want to remind everyone how we begin this. We are here for jokes and laugh, everyone. Welcome along to the Lost Losers podcast. We're just here to make fun of everything and then to offend everyone, but we're doing it all in fun.
We might make some bad jokes at bad timing, like my dad, but that's about it.
That's it. We're just here for fun. So I'm glad to see everyone's live and happy and healthy. If you're here, you've made it through one holiday, only 2 more to go, and we're into a new year and a new you. Just remember that bullshit.
They all cost some money.
So, that's it. So we're only 1 down, 2 to go. So on that note, if it's your first time here, watching on YouTube, watching on Rumble, do us a favor, hit subscribe. If you have done it before, already subscribed, hit the like button so more people start watching and doing all that. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, leave us that 5-star review. We do greatly appreciate that. If you want to contact us here at the podcast, you can do it by email at lostloserspodcast@gmail.com or find us on Twitter. Find me on Twitter at losers_lost or even Instagram lost_loser_podcast on the Twitters or on TikTok as well. Instagram and TikTok. Where was I going with Twitters? Oh, other than that, you want us to help also support the podcast. We do have a Patreon channel. It's $5 a month. You get the episode a day early. You get the bonus episodes. You get the Kelly's Drive Home podcast that we have up there now. If you're not listening to that, you are absolutely missing out because I do have a story of why you should be listening to that and what kind of content you do here on that. I did put 1 episode free up on the YouTube channel if you haven't checked that out yet. So go check that out. Where else am I at? And also merch, losses.com. Go get yourself some t-shirts and all that good stuff. Where else am I at? I think that's it for now. We can begin this shindig.
I think so.
So cool. We like to kick this thing off with the wishes of the week. That's our weird and interesting shit that has happened to us this week. Basically, this is James and ours 5 minutes of stand up. So Jamie, have her at it.
Nothing much. I think Friday was probably my funniest day, but there wasn't much leading up to Thanksgiving because I've just been running around doing errands this week of getting ready for a new job and stuff, getting them all the information they need, W-2s and all that shit. So
I-9s, W-2s, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, all that before Thursday, but got the turkey set up on Wednesday and went to go spend the night got the turkey set up Tuesday to start thawing and went to go spend the night Wednesday. And as I show up, Haven and I are putting our shit into the extra bedroom over at Mom's house. And Allison's like, "Oh, good luck sleeping in there." Kathy and Jim are on their way. They're like 45 minutes out. So we show up like thinking we have a room and everything. And it was just like, "No, you're sleeping in the living room on an air mattress." And it wasn't horrible. It was no one's fault because it was meant to be a surprise and everything. So I wasn't mad, but I was just like, all right.
It was a good thing. Just you took one for the team. Just looking at that.
Exactly. Yeah. Haven, I just took one for the team. It was all right. And started smoking turkey at like 2 a.m. to have it ready for food at like 2 p.m. the next day. Because it was still partially frozen and everything. Covered it. I just had to get it started. I put it in for like 30 minutes on high just to get it thawed, and then I took it out and rubbed it and everything.
You went to culinary school. That's not how you cook a fucking turkey.
I know.
Oh my, you went to culinary school. Are you trying to kill your entire family?
What do you mean?
Dude, that's how you can kill, like, uncooked poultry can kill people. It's called salmonella poisoning.
Oh, I cooked it plenty.
I'm just saying, that's not how you cook a turkey at all. That's not the terrible way.
Fucking amazing.
Oh, well, you got lucky then.
I did.
All
but
right.
it was
I'm freaking out over here. Sorry.
we didn't know where the we didn't know where the fryer was, and so I wasn't
Like,
gonna set all that up.
What the fuck?
that was going through my head.
And they had to use the oven, so I was just like, all right, I'm smoking it. And
I bet you did smoke it. Wait, cook. I'm sorry. Continue.
what is it?
Not that I'm making an asshole over here. I apologize.
It turned out really fucking good. Covered it with datil honey, which is just like datil peppers and honey all over it with Kentucky poultry seasoning. That's all I did.
Nice.
And injected it with garlic and herb seasoning, and turned out really, really fucking good. To me, it was a little dry. Everyone else was like
Oh yeah, because you
ranting and raving
because you
about
cook it partially fucking frozen, so you had to overcook it
Yes.
on deep freeze it. That's why. Fucking weirdo. Because you
it
didn't know how to
was-
take a bird out 2 days prior and put it in the fucking refrigerator.
I
Or
did.
actually, it's like a week prior.
Mom only had a Yeti cooler.
That's fine.
It just kept too much of the cold in. I left
Yeah,
the top
got it.
open and everything, and it just kept too much of the cold in. I should have gotten just like a styrofoam cooler.
No, what you do is at night you would pop the lid. Like if it's in the garage,
Yeah.
pop the lid, and then in the morning just close the lid again. That way
Yeah,
it
we had
doesn't-
it
yeah.
inside and just kept the
Just
lid
saying.
open.
All right, well,
I did what I could.
I'm just saying.
It turned out good. No one got sick.
What? What the fuck?
That's all
I
I
made
got.
sure it was safe before anyone ate it.
All right, good boy, good boy.
Yeah. And I let it
boy.
rest for like 2 hours.
Right on.
So it's fully good.
We're good. We're good. Just saying.
Yeah. It was still at like 100 internal whenever I started cutting it up and everything.
I know. I came unglued for a minute. I apologize. I reeled myself in. I was like, what the fuck? It's a dried ass fucking bird.
No, I injected and everything, so it turned out all right.
Yeah, you
I was the
covered-
only
yeah.
person that said it was dry, and just me being picky.
Yeah, because you cooked it frozen. But whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever. Continue, James. I'm sorry.
I had to do what I had to do.
I'm on your side. Go on. I'm sorry. Sorry for interrupting. I'm sorry for judging.
But did that Thursday Turkey Day went really well. We had some friends over up in Grayson. Haven and I had to do that and then try to run down here to her parents' place to see her meet her grandma finally. But by the time we left, everyone was already gone.
Oh, I missed it.
So we showed up here like struggling to keep our eyes open and everything at like 4 o'clock. Or like 5 o'clock, went downstairs to her parents' house and grabbed food and just like stumbled our asses up here, ate, and passed the fuck out. Because I had been up for fucking 16 hours or some shit by that time.
Yeah,
And
I'm
I was
used to,
just done.
yeah, I'm used to those days.
I know,
I
but
had-
like I'm not used to doing it after like taking a nap and then putting turkey on and then just staying up.
You're weak.
I know.
You're weak.
I know. I didn't really
Call yourself a man.
I was a bottle deep in peach whiskey also.
You know how wolves look at chihuahuas and go, "We can't believe we're some for the gene pool." There's a fucking like warrior Viking that's looking down on you, going, "I can't believe we're fucking started with the same blood right now." Like, what the fuck? He heard that comment, just went peach whiskey, and you're preaching about a 16-hour day. What a bitch!
Yeah, it's all the German and Native American
Fucking first world fucking problems, bitch boy. I
every
was up for
badass-
16 hours. I drank a bottle of beer. I was tired. Call me a
every
ambulance.
badass ancestor of mine just being like,
Fucking. But hold on, since I just shit on you horrifically again, I guess I owe you an apology from last week's episode.
What do you mean? Did
That's
Kelly
what I
call
said.
you out
No, I guess I shit the fuck right all over you last week.
about what?
I guess I started calling you. I guess because I was in the middle of telling a story, and you went, "Hold up, let me pee out this window real quick," because me and you got shit house wasted last weekend recording. I don't remember that happening, and I guess I fucking just dogged the
I
shit out
forgot
of one of
about
you.
that day. I was struggled through that day after recording also.
I guess I just dogged the shit out of you, calling you like Harvey Weinstein's deformed penis and a whole bunch of other shit. So I guess I owe you an apology. So now that I shit on you to this week, I guess I owe you an apology for last week's. It was so bad. Someone called me and went, "Damn, dude, did you have to go that hard on Jamie?"
I was just laughing the entire
You guys were
time.
laughing, but damn, like you called him Harvey Weinstein, like it was over the line.
I'm
All right.
young enough that it's not hurtful.
Yeah. So
Oh my
He can-
God, who the hell cares?
see,
At my age,
All
he
right.
can only hurt me.
who, Weinstein? Ugh.
But Turkey Day went really fucking good. Friday, Black Friday, Haven had to work Black Friday at Ulta and deal with all the crazy white women coming in and asking for the most obscure shit
Ugh.
and acting like they know the deals when they don't and trying to get free shit. And it was a whole clusterfuck from what it sounds like.
Always is in retail. Pray for your retail workers at this time.
Oh
of year.
yeah. But went out with my mom, Kathy, and Jim, and to the mall and food and everything. And it was fucking a great day. We went to Bed Bath and Beyond. There was one point.
You had enough time.
What was it?
Somebody will get that joke. You went to Bed Bath Beyond. I went, "Oh, so you had enough time."
Oh, it was ridiculous.
Somebody out there is getting that joke, and I appreciate them. I high five them for every single person that got that joke. They're out there laughing hysterically, and you just completely missed it.
Yep. No.
But thank you. So you had enough time to go Bed Bath Beyond. That's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah, we ran to Bed Bath and Beyond. It was like one of their first things that they were like, we have to go in. And it was like elbowing through fucking people. It was ridiculous. There was one point where people were standing at the edge being like, no more people in here. Stay the fuck out.
Yeah, it's fire marshal rules, bro. Let's shut it
Yup.
down.
And Kathy was, mom already checked out, and mom went over to Kathy to wait for her to check out. And it was taking Kathy so long that the line started getting held up and everything. And there was like 5 cashiers. It wasn't like just Kathy was like fucking over the line. Just people weren't listening. Nothing, the line wasn't moving. And I saw some of the cashiers like looking bewildered, like, I don't have someone. They're not moving up here. They're not coming to me to continue getting checked out. And I looked at them and I was like, hey, I'm really fucking loud. Do you want me to yell and get everyone's attention? And they kind of like, 2 of them looked at each other and were like, yes, please.
You're like, did you? Oh, you should have done the Mexican, dude. It would have been best if
Oh,
you're
I
big white
should've,
ass.
yeah.
Like you would, hey, Mia, hey, come on, and started pointing and yelling at people like that, like road like trafficking. But if you would have done it like in a Mexican accent, they would have freaked the fuck out in Ashland, Kentucky.
Oh,
That would have
yeah.
been great.
It would have been ridiculous here.
I can see your big ass. Hey, Mia, this way.
And it was
You. Check out 2.
no one would listen. No one was paying attention. I was just immediately like, hey, and got everyone's fucking attention. And it was like, no one's coming to the left side of the lane. If someone has a card, come to the far left. Otherwise, continue moving the fucking line. And the cashiers started applauding me. Everyone started all the workers started cheering and applauding me, being like, thank you so fucking much.
Good thing you had enough time for Bed Bath and Beyond that day, man. They would have been fucked. You're like the savior of Bed Bath and Beyond of Black Fridays, because Black
Oh,
Fridays
it was
matter.
Fucking hilarious. Just all of them like cheering me on, like, thank you. I love being a loud ass every once in a while. It comes
It's
in
fun.
handy.
It comes in handy. You just gotta
Oh,
learn to tone
yeah.
it down.
And whenever the Cheddar's, my new job with mom, and had meal, and there is, I guess one of my coworkers, it has a part of his neck done also. But I pointed out to mom, he's just like a server or a host or something. And I pointed out to mom, and I was like, oh, okay, at least I won't be the only person with the part of their neck done. And mom looked over at the kid and was just like, that's not a fucking man bun. because he just had like one of the little testicle balls on his head with his
Yeah.
hair up.
Maybe he was just beginning.
Yeah. And mom was just started bashing on him so fucking hard. Of like,
Damn,
oh,
Mom.
this fucking dweeb that thinks he's all cool looking and everything. What the fuck? You need to wait for your hair to grow out. What the fuck are you doing? And just started bashing on the kid for no fucking reason.
There's no reason for that, Mom. No reason for that at all.
But yeah, it was had that day, came home, passed out, hung out with Haven and everything. But last night or yesterday, Haven and I, before she went to work, it was her last day of work yesterday. I think they had a meeting or just like a small amount of truck stuff to do. And so she got to say bye to everyone and had her all kumbaya through it. And and yesterday before she went to work, we went on a hike and foraged for stuff to do a Yule log this year, which is some witchy stuff of like bringing in good spirits into the new year. And so we
Yeah.
got a little mossy log and some moss and pine cones and leaves and acorns and a bunch of stuff, and to make a Yule log. And so we burn it at the end of the season, and I guess it's supposed to bring in good energy.
It's not like that. You have to look it up.
Yeah.
I'm not for sure. I don't fucking
Yeah.
dig in that shit. All I know is it has to do with nature and fucking spirits and energy and stuff like that. Everyone's like, "Oh, your witchcraft's is fucking Satan work." No, it's not. It's about
No,
being in one
yeah.
with nature.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's a
not
different
anything
way.
about.
And then it cracks me up. And then some people fucking say, "Oh yeah, I found this way and I did it." I'm like, "Oh, you," and then you think I'm gonna judge you on it, and I'm like, "Oh, it's actually because I've talked to
Yeah.
people about it." And
Yeah, no, for us it's just wanting to do what we can to try to bring good shit into our lives. So I
everyone
mean,
needs that.
doesn't
Sorry,
hurt.
everyone. I'm so sorry if I'm fucking stuffy this week because I have been sick all week, and
Oh yeah, but
I am watching
that's
myself
about
and-
it for me.
I'm
Go ahead,
I'm
my
looking
guy.
myself in my fucking camera, fucking just
You've been
eyes getting red,
struggling
nose
this
getting
week.
red. I've been sick for all week. So actually, since Friday, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you about this fucking donkey kicking in the nuts of a week.
Yup.
It's been fucking.
I wanted to hear about this.
Oh, so Monday morning, dude, I went to sleep Sunday night, and the best
I was
possible.
struggling.
Oh no, I went to sleep Sunday night. I have no Sunday night.
I was struggling all day Sunday after recording.
Oh no, dude! I woke up Saturday morning, got on the treadmill, or Sunday morning, got on the treadmill, ate breakfast, fucking took a nap, fucking watched football, worked it out like it was a normal day.
Wait,
should
Saturday we recorded?
Saturday we recorded, got drunk,
Oh.
wasted. Sunday I did that.
Yeah, Saturday I was struggling like a
You
motherfucker.
mean Sunday morning because you're hungover?
No, like Saturday, all day
Night?
after that. I felt like I was not a person.
Jamie, we got done recording at 9:00 at night.
We did?
All right, can I go now?
That's all a
Can
blur.
I go now?
Oh yeah,
Or-
totally.
Thank you. I'll get. Thank you for interrupting while I was talking. So,
I
so Sunday, I got up, got on the treadmill because I was hungover, worked it off, ate. Fucking, I went to sleep peacefully. Thinking I was going to have a great week. Boy, was I fucking wrong. I woke up Monday morning, and I guess I slept in the fetal position. I stretched my arms out like this. I went to stretch my legs out. My fucking back was so locked up, it put me in a T-Rex arm position. And I was like, in fucking agony and pain. To the point where it took me 2.5 hours. I didn't know if I was going to have to call 911 or my neighbor to help me get out of bed. Luckily, after 2.5 hours of finally stretching and trying to get up in the fucking downward dog facing pose of yoga to stretch out my lower back, I was able to finally contact my boss and went, I ain't making it.
Yeah.
I'm taking the day off. There ain't no way I'm throwing freight today. I ain't coming. She was like, yeah, you feel better. So I got my ass to the chiropractor and a whole bunch of ibuprofen later. I was pretty much good to go, only to finally make my truck appointment because I need my tags are up on my plates because my truck needed a safety and emissions. Got a phone call. Hey man, the truck passed emissions. I'm like, fuck yeah. I ain't gonna pass safety. I'm like, why is that? You need new windshield wipers. I'm like, big fucking deal. But most importantly, you need a new tire rod on your fucking front driver's side tire, or front
Oh
driver's side.
shit.
I went, awesome. How much is that going to cost me? He's like, 200, like $300. I'm like, awesome. Can I make an appointment for Saturday? He was like, yeah, because that's when I get paid. I'll have money. So I get my truck, go to work Tuesday. So Monday, my doctor scheduled me for a CT scan because of my back finally on Tuesday. So work Tuesday. Obviously, that's fun and dandy. Only like, and I'll get into that in a second. That's all fine and dandy. Go to my CT scan. I think I have this shirt on exactly. Go to my CT scan. As I'm getting out, the nurse goes, "Oh, I love podcast. What's this one about?" I
Oh
went,
no, not again. Not again. Not
It
again.
"It happens." I gotta. She goes, I'm like, "Oh, this guy, weird shit just tends to happen to him." I'm like, and then he likes to find the stories that make you go, "What the fuck?" Yeah, those stories. And she goes, like weird stories. She goes, "What do you mean, like weird stories happen to him?" I'm like, so let's take this for example. And I am talking like I am not the host of this podcast. I am talking as I am a listener of the podcast. And I'm like, take this for example. And I am telling a story that literally happened all of 2 hours prior in my fucking day. So I'm like, so this guy's at work, right? He's a nice enough guy. He works retail, stock shelves. Just give you a little background on him. She's like, oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm like, and he works some sketchy places and runs into some interesting people. I'm like, he's not, I wouldn't say Leo fucking good looking, but he ain't ugly. He's in a medium row kind of guy. And she was like, uh-huh. By the way, and she was like, yeah. I'm like, so he's at work and he has Fat Squared and Beginner Meth Addict hit on him, and he can't be mean to them. And she goes, I'm sorry, did he call these people Fat Squared? She goes, I'm sorry, what's Fat Squared? I'm like, you know, the people who are the same height as they are standing up and laying on their side fat? Yeah, that's Fat Squared. And she goes, oh my God. And she goes, Beginner Meth Addict? She goes, is this the way he described these women? I'm like, and in my head, I'm like, now he is, but I can't say that to her. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly how you described him. And she goes, Beginner Meth Addict. I'm like, yeah, you know, Hoosier, dirty hair, methed out teeth, yet still fat. So, you know, the beginner part of meth.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, so he tells stories about these women hitting on him and inviting him over for Thanksgiving dinner. And she was like, oh my God, I have to go listen. She goes, and she goes, you have a nice day. She goes, wait a minute. She goes, is this your podcast? I'm like, yeah, it is. She was like, oh my God. I'm like, by the way, nurse, if you're listening, I forgot your name. Hi, I'm bad with names. I told you I'd forget. You're a very nice person. I hope your fiance and all that all works out very well.
Oh, that's
And
great.
she was just like, oh my God. And off I went. Only to get to my truck. Mind you, I left my house at 5:30 in the morning. It is now going on 4:30 in the afternoon. I am ready for home. Ready for home. Only to get out to my truck and see, I'm like, oh, I have a rock in my tire, and to flick it and go, that's not a rock, that's a nail head. Looked at the tire and I went, I can make it to my mechanics. I ain't gonna fuck with it. I can make it to my mechanics. It's fine. Obviously, I made it here. I'm good.
Yeah.
So I raced my mechanics, and when I say race, I called him and went, hey man, what time do you close? He goes, 6. I'm like, cool, I have an hour and a half because I got stuck in traffic. Oh, actually I had an hour and a half. I'm like, cool, I get stuck in traffic. So I didn't make it to his place until 5:30 almost.
Oh, Jesus.
30-minute ride, took me an extra 30 minutes. I get there, he goes, hey man, you have not one but 2 nails in your tire. We're plugging them now. only for him to come back 20 minutes later, which should have been a 10-minute job, and go, hey, man, we have a problem. You're not getting your truck back tonight.
Huh.
I went, why is that? He goes, because I don't have a new tire for you. You have to buy a new tire. Well, I thought you said you could plug them. He goes, yeah, about that. We did get them plugged. The bad thing is when we go put your tire on, your tire was slightly dry rotted, and the machine ripped the bead completely off your fucking tire because your tire was dry rotted. I went, awesome. That's fan-fucking-tastic. When can you have my truck back to me? He goes, I'm like, first of all, how much is that going to cost me? He goes, I'm going to sell you the car. It cost, all you're already paying for the maintenance on it, the tire, the maintenance. He goes, it's going to be blah, blah, blah. He goes,
Did it as best he could for you.
do the best he could for me.
Yeah.
I would appreciate that.
You
He
got
goes,
to be a
look,
business owner still. Yeah.
he literally showed me, he goes, dude, he goes, I know you're having a rough week and you're dropping 3 bills on me on Saturday here. So I went, cool. He goes, do you want to ride home? I went, no. After today, I deserve this 1 mile walk. I deserve this walk home. So I start walking home, only for my neighbors to pull over and was like, hey, get in the car, dickhead. You don't have to walk. They're like, why are you walking home? I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. Mind you, it's my neighbor's wife and his 2 daughters that pick me up. And it's the wife is like, do you want to talk about your day? I'm like, I don't want to fucking talk about it. And she was like, why are you walking? I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. She was like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. Like, my fucking day sucked. And I just fucking dumped my purse out on the way home of what my day was. And they were in tears, laughing at my day. The one was like, did you say she was fat squared? You're such a dick. Whatever, it's fine. She didn't hear me, so I didn't say it. All right. Only for like the saving day for Tuesday. Here was my saving grace in Tuesday. Was Kelly Loper called me on my way to my doctor's appointment. And if you haven't listened to the Kelly's Drive Home podcast yet on the Patreon channel, you're missing the fuck out because wild shit gets said. Because Kelly tends to go off at the gums. Kelly was telling me a story about his day, only for it to get rudely interrupted by him yelling. Kelly's like, yeah, man, so this happened. Oh, yeah, just come the fuck on over, buddy. Yeah, there's plenty of fucking room in this goddamn lake. Yeah, let me slow down so your ass can fucking cut me off so I don't hit the fucking lady next to me, you motherfucker. And then I am now laughing because he's yelling, and then he goes, oh, yeah. Oh, look, now we got to fucking slow down. Look at you. That was big fucking work. Let me pull up next to you so I can make sure you look like a douchebag. Of course you have a fucking goatee, so when your gay lover jerks off in your mouth, the fucking leftovers get dried up in your mustache. You can save it, the flavor for later. And it was all in one breath in Kelly Loper fashion, and I almost had a heart attack fucking laughing my ass off driving to my doctor's appointment. That 20 seconds of Kelly ad-libbing this motherfucker, he not only pissed off people who cut everyone off, but he fucking ridiculed the LGBTQI plus community better than Dave Chappelle all in one fucking breath.
Oh, that's a good one.
Was truly chef's kiss, was the cherry on top of my day. That's what literally, I just had to keep reminding. I'm like, at least I wasn't Kelly. Like, at least I'm not the guy with the goatee. You know what I mean? By the way, who has a fucking goatee nowadays? You either grow a full beard or fucking mustache or whatever.
I have to clean shave after this because of this new job. So
that was my saving grace. My neighbor came over. Like, I'm gonna start calling him the Hoosier Buddha because I was telling him about my day as I was smoking a cigarette, and he was in tears, fucking laughing about my day. Literally laughing about my day. He just looked at me and goes,
what you gonna do?
He goes, go live, brother. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, man? He was laughing so, like, as soon as I got done telling him about like the only saving grace of my day, and I got done with the Kelly Loper part, just like I just did now, he got up, he goes, I can't anymore with you. He goes, I can't. My fucking sides hurt. He goes, listen. And he turned around and he goes, listen, before I leave, he goes, after the last 2 years you've gone through, plus the last 5 months of your life, he goes, to accommodate Monday and Tuesday of this week. By the way, it's only Tuesday of my week. He goes, and you haven't dined on a fucking bullet yet. He goes, you're taking it in stride. And he goes, and you're doing all right, buddy. He goes, you'll be fine. And turn around and walk the fuck off. I'm like, that's your nugget of knowledge for me? Who's your Buddha? That was your nugget of knowledge for me. The 2 years of my depression, the last 5 fucking months, and Monday of Tuesday of my fucking week.
Yo.
Hey man, you haven't died on the bullet, dude. There's nothing stopping you. There ain't nothing stopping you. You're fine. Like, seriously. Yeah. Only for me to go through, finally get my truck back fucking late on Wednesday so I could work early on Thursday, only for me to wake up sick Friday. It's my fault. I fucking had a stressful week. I ran out of my vitamins. I hadn't fucking taken any in the last couple of weeks because I haven't ran out, and I haven't stopped to get any because I haven't gone shopping. Just to run myself down like this and get fucking sick is really just a cherry on top of my week.
Oh yeah.
You know, just a cherry on fucking top of my week. I'm like, I got nothing after that, ladies and gentlemen. I don't. I hope you guys feel better. You know, wish me some luck. I need to feel better. I told you, what a fucking great week. Dude, that was, literally worked Wednesday, worked Thursday, didn't do shit on Turkey Day because I came home and fell asleep because I started feeling like crap, and just woke up Friday just dog sick, tired, and sick. It's like, what? What the fuck? Yeah, dude. Like, I literally, so I woke up sick, like, and then, am I the only person that gets the sick hornies? And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Do you ever get sick and horny at the same time? When you're sick, do you get horny, James? Do you ever figure?
I feel like the days that I've jacked off the most are sick days. Yeah.
Not when you're like, oh, I don't want to move, but like the first day you're feeling a little bit better, you're like, I'm kind of horny. Because it's
I don't
true.
think about that. I'm not
No,
sure.
because when you're sick, you do get the sick hornies. GQ did a magazine. I looked that up. I Googled it out this morning. There's an article we recorded Sunday morning called "The Sick Hornies" that GQ did a couple of years ago. Yeah, it's a true phenom.
All
My
right.
bad thing is I have nowhere to stick it. No one who lets me to stick it in them. So there's fucking that for my life. Let me fucking. That's it. That's all I got. That's it.
I'll be out soon enough to be your wingman.
No, you're not. Shut up. Everything's fine. Listen, we had another public service announcement for you guys.
Huh. What'd you do?
Not me. This lady has a public service announcement for you guys. No.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you have like an Amber Alert out about
No.
you.
No.
I have a fat camel toe. It's legging season and I refuse to be ashamed of my body any longer. Here's how I empower myself. Sally the camel has 5 humps. I and my pussy have nice lumps. When I walk, you can hear him go thump thump. So ride, pussy, ride. Yeah.
What? Camel toe season.
It's
Hold on, I gotta-
camel toe season.
Hold on. All right. Sorry, everyone. I had to take a quick pause there. Oh. I had to sneeze all of a sudden. I thought I was going to fucking pass out. Yeah, but no,
It's a
that lady
pretty
has.
gnarly one.
No, but that lady has a public service announcement that it's fat pussy season, and she's not going to be ashamed of it. And I don't think so either. Ladies, if you have a fat pussy, let's show it to everyone. Wear those fucking
free the camel.
free the camel toe, man. Who gives a shit? Be free, ladies. You do you. Ain't
Free
no
the
one here
toe.
judging you
Free the toe.
unless
Free
you
the
have
toe.
the Foompa. Then we will judge you.
Foompa? What is foom? What is the M?
Fat Foopa.
Okay. I
I'm
heard an
stuffy.
M.
I'm sorry. I'm stuffy. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, I am sick. I am here just powering through this. You guys don't realize how high I am right now, and I am powering through. You're like, oh my god, you're sick, and yeah, judge me, fuck off. Yeah, so
Yeah,
I am
woke
powering
up
through this.
hungover and I had to take a shot or two to try to make sure I'm good. It's my last day I can do this shit.
So okay. Now that we have the public service announcement of Fat Pussy Fat Camel
Toe
Toes
season.
I am going to put a warning label for those the week of heart to check out this week. This is your time to check out. I love you. Thank you for listening. But you need to check out now. This episode
for the
is
friends that have asked me recently for the link to this podcast, I'm sorry.
I need you to it's going to start off with a discussion piece, and then it's going to start off with a bad grandma, something really disgusting, and then, ladies and gentlemen, the last two stories this week from Reddit, I cannot highlight enough the warning label I am telling you to check out now. Don't listen.
I'm all right. All right.
Okay.
I'm down.
I might have done these before. I can't remember. I think I might have showed them after maybe the Jamie offline before, but I'm definitely showed it. Maybe, I don't know. But I know it's
You're
disgusting
good.
and it's bad. All right. But let's start with the discussion piece. And then we can all agree that prison's bad, right? Like, we don't want to go to prison, right?
It's modern slavery. Yeah.
If I happen to get sent to this jail in Indiana, I think it's like Monroe, Indiana. I'm not for sure. Don't judge me. It's
Right.
somewhere in Indiana. I think I'd be okay. We get along.
6 inmates at a southern Indiana jail are accused of escaping from their cells for secret sexual meetings. 3 female inmates allegedly used a shower drain to pry open the ceiling tiles. Then they allegedly crawled through the ceiling after midnight so they could have sexual encounters, play cards, and drink homemade alcohol in a cell where the men were housed. There is a security camera in the cells, but officials say the women escaped from a spot that was out of the camera's view. It's unclear how many times the inmates escaped their cell, but a local TV station reports it may have been more than a dozen times. The inmates were busted after prison officials found notes in the women's cell which detailed the encounters. All 6 inmates now face felony charges.
Damn. Nice.
Like, if I got to go to Greene County Jail in fucking Indiana, I might be okay. They got prison wine, that you can play poker.
Can I tell a story real quick?
Poker twice. What?
Can
Go ahead. Yes.
This is something I've learned about Dad recently. So just quick recap. Dad's in prison, stuff like that. He's out in California. Sounds like they've had some stuff in the yard recently. Like someone had some jungle juice or something. And I think Dad had a few drinks and stuff recently.
Uh-oh.
He's totally safe. Everything's fine. But yeah.
I don't want to know. Offline, James. Offline.
He was telling some stories just the other day, and I was like, you need to shut the fuck up.
Just stop talking.
You need to shut the fuck up. You need to just tell these when you get home, my guy.
Or just keep them to yourself. It's fine.
Exactly.
It's fine.
I want him to get a prison tattoo so bad.
Anywho. But yeah, I mean, what are the chances? Like, first of all, if you're doing some shit like that in prison, why are you leaving yourself a journal about it?
I was about it. That's like the only thing. It seems like you would have gotten away with it.
Yeah, you could have kept the fun going. Like, the other two bitches looked at the one and was like, "Are you fucking?"
Why'd you have
Why?
it written?
The one who was probably getting the good dick is pissed off.
Well, one of the guys is like an old fuck.
Oh, the old biker dude was probably just, hung to his knees, and the fucking, the semi good looking blonde was getting hammered by him, and she is mad at the one that snitched. Okay. Mad as fuck.
Oh,
Just
God.
saying. Like, I don't know. So,
Nah,
I mean, but
oof, I
why?
just
Okay,
could
two things.
not.
First of all, I think I'd be okay in that prison. Second of all,
The guards aren't paying attention to certain things.
yeah, like
obviously.
clearly those guards were hired at the same one that fucking where Epstein was housed.
Exactly. Like they're not paying attention to much
Yeah.
if that's fucking happening.
And then like, you've got everything you need. You got drink, you got pussy on demand. Why fuck that up?
Yeah. No, even like the
All your
guard,
bills
like
are
a
paid.
prison guard, even if you hear like a constant
Yeah.
no
There you go.
moaning, you still got to go check in on it.
Clearly, this guard ain't doing shit. They know the routine.
Yeah, like they're just sitting there like, I'm fucking with.
Fuck that shit. All right.
Oh, I would not want to walk into that either, though.
Oh, the stink. The stench.
Yeah, luckily the guards didn't. It didn't sound like they walked in on it.
All right, let's move on to Bad Grandma.
Oh yeah, what's up with those?
What's the biggest plot twist you've seen in real life?
Maybe
During the last year of my grandfather's life, he had dementia and was having trouble keeping track of reality. Before he was placed into hospice, he kept complaining about a man that was in his house. He would say that he would come around at night and that he was taking his things and using his stuff. Grandma of course kept reassuring him that she was the only one there. His doctor increased his medications because he was losing touch with reality so badly. Fast forward to my grandfather's funeral and a man showed up that wasn't known by more than a few people in the family. Turns out he was an old friend of my grandmother's who showed up to give his support. In a small town like that, it wasn't exactly an unusual thing to have random people show up to the funeral home who knew the person at some point. Well, about a year later my grandmother let slip that she is seeing someone, the guy from funeral. At this point nothing too odd. They got to talking at church and we thought it was sweet. Then a bit later sweet innocent old grandma mentions that it's their 3rd anniversary. Grandpa died 2 years prior. This man was the person that Grandpa saw in his house every night. He was the reason that everyone thought Grandpa was going crazy. He was the reason that my grandfather was medicated to the point of being a vegetable for the last horrible year of his life.
Where do you begin? Where do we begin on this one? Let's digress.
Not that I don't already want to beat my grandmother, but that'd take it to another level.
Can you fucking imagine? Okay, first of all, whose ever parent that is?
Yeah. And real quick, like, the details about my grandmother is a horrible, abusive coke addict. She's going into alcohol dementia now because she doesn't want to deal with herself. Horrible person. Sorry. But yeah, I'm not a horrible person for saying that. She was the person that beat me as a child. Like, fuck that woman.
Like,
but holy shit! Oh my god!
dude, this lady, how long? Okay, first of all, how long do you think they were
Holy
married for her to come up with this plot? Because this was a thought out plan. She's like, my husband sleeps in his mind. If he starts losing his mind, I'm gonna start sleeping around. I'm gonna start getting another dick. Fuck this dude. Like, then I just have him medicated.
Holy fuck.
And all she had to do was, there's no one there. I don't know what he's talking about.
Granny, you can't do that.
Dude, there's a special spot in hell for that grandma. There is a special spot in hell for that grandma. Literally. How, okay, if you're the
I don't even
child
know
of
how
that,
to look at it. Like,
if you're the child of
she's
that,
not a good person. Like, I just don't know how to look at that as like she's doing
Hey,
something all right.
hey, first of all, maybe grandpa was an asshole and was a drunk and beat her. Who knows?
Okay, if that's the case, but it doesn't.
We don't
sound
know the
like it
story.
If he has a full
We don't know the story.
community coming to see him and everything.
But you don't know. Maybe some people just want to make sure the asshole was dead. You never know.
I mean,
You
yeah,
know?
Earl's funeral.
But come on, bro. If you're the child of this is your mom, like, bro, that's amazing.
What if you're like related to that dude?
What do you mean? Like that's your brother or
You're-
whatever?
Yeah, like it's your brother that's sneaking into the granny's house and everything.
Oh, you like he's the other man? Is your brother like no?
Yeah, the other man, like I can't imagine what his family thinks if that shit gets out. Like
Oh.
you really just fucked over that dude's life.
Maybe, like I said, maybe grandpa was an asshole. I'm gonna go on the opposite side and say grandpa was an asshole.
Okay,
You know,
I'm
but
all right with that.
let me tell you something. Grandma was playing or chess while everyone else was playing checkers.
Yes, that also.
Like, good on her. She used the medical field against her and let
But-
grandpa's natural state of ability of losing his mind just fucking. She just kicked the ball down the court.
She did not think about the ending.
She did like Munchausen,
Munchausen syndrome.
but in reverse. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you knew what I was going for there. So, do you think she could get accused of elderly abuse or?
No, I don't think that. I don't think there's anything legally that almost anything could happen. And that's the weird shit with that stuff. Like
It's so weird. It's so
I
funny.
think legally there's nothing anyone can do. If everything's left to her, it's left to her. It don't matter. Her name is on the paperwork.
Nothing wrong with it.
I don't know about that.
Or, I mean, there's probably a lot wrong with it, but it's so wrong. There's a lot wrong with it. No,
Like, no, my family's dealt with that recently. Of like,
Yeah.
if your name's on the paperwork, your name's on the paperwork, and it will fuck people over.
all right. I told you. I'm giving everyone now. This is where you can start. Like, you got
This is-
past.
That wasn't the bad one.
No. No. I'm giving you all ample opportunity to check the fuck out.
The fuck out.
That though, okay. I told you, great
That one's
prison,
pretty fucking bad.
bad
That
grandma.
one's- Jeez. I was expecting them to make a joke to some teens or something. Fuck. Uh-oh. True
This
off
is-
my chest. R/true off my chest.
I hope this one keeps you all up at night. It
I
might.
hope
I still
so
think
also.
about the plumber that unclogged my pipe 10 years ago. 10 years ago my pipe got clogged and it pushed a huge amount of feces out of a drain in the backyard. A plumber came and I thought he would use some kind of tool to unclog the pipe.
Uh-oh.
Nope. MF walked over the mountain of feces and shoved his hand into the drain and kept pulling stuff out. No gloves, no tools. Went in arm deep. I just stood there in shock. He then washed his arm with the garden hose. Didn't even ask for a soap. Sometimes I think about him while trying to sleep. Last night was one of those nights.
Yes.
That's why I don't eat at buffets anymore. There's
Yo.
people out there like that. And you know he doesn't use tongs. That's a different breed of a human. That's a man.
Last night was one of those nights.
That's a man that licks his fingers.
Oh. I hope he didn't have nails. Like last night, my girlfriend's liquid lipstick busted, and it's still like all under my nails and everything. It looks horrid.
Can you the all in disgust that would have been on my face if that would have been my plumber?
I think I would have been proud of him a little bit, but it's like I'd give him a pat on the shoulder. All right, bye.
Do you want
I'm gonna set the money on the ground.
I would have walk away. We are not shaking hands.
Nope.
Oh, can you imagine? Okay, usually when I meet somebody, I shake their hand. Off the
Exactly.
bat.
I'm the same
Can you
way.
imagine shaking this man's hand and then him watching this dude walk over and just reach his hand in and start ripping out your shit, and then
I
walking
grab
over
your
and
fucking blowtorch.
grab your, and you're sitting there with your hand. The most worst thing that would have been worse if you were standing there eating a bag of chips after watching this man, after you shook this man's hand. Ugh. Oh my God. Ugh. Oh, I just made myself sick.
He goes home and eats pizza.
That dude goes to a buffet and doesn't use the tongs.
I hope he doesn't eat sushi like me. I hope he's a weird American that uses chopsticks.
So fucking gross.
Oh, that messes with you so much more.
No, like that's disgusting. Like, dude, you guys don't. That's a gross person, and that's a different human being right there. That's a different breed of a human being right there. That's a guy who's proud that he got the job with his name on his shirt. He lives in a trailer park, and his wife is a Hoosier, and they are proud. And he just walked up to a stranger's fucking backyard and just started unclogging their shit drain with his bare hands. Didn't even use soap, just used the garden hose. Grabbed the money and rolled the fuck out.
Do you realize how good of a joke they're proud of having their name on their shirt is? That is fucking gold.
He's proud. He's proud.
That is an amazing descriptor for a person.
I've had like 3 of them. This podcast, Fat Squared, Beginner Meth Addict, and then somebody who's proud to have their name on their shirt as a job. Okay?
That is an amazing descriptor. You can pick that person out of a crowd.
Dude, everyone knows this person that just ripped the shit out of this drain.
That is so good. I love that so much. Because I just see all of like my cousins. Oh God. What's been going on in Metherson?
Listen, nope, we're not done yet, James. We can't, you gotta stay on topic here. I told you. Great start off piece. Great talking point about a jail that we'd all be happy to go to. Bad grandma. Now we have a plumber. That is just gross as gross. We're not done yet.
You'll be all right.
We're not done yet. Make sure the volume's good on this.
All right.
I found a jar that my husband has been eating in and I threw it away. He got very upset with me. So I'm a woman in my 30s. I made a throwaway because I don't want this tied to my main account at all. Yesterday, our garbage disposal
About as loud as I can get it. Oh,
That's totally fine. That's totally fine. I'm hearing it. All right.
stopped
So
working and I
sorry.
was trying to see why, so I was looking around under the sink and I moved stuff out to get in there to look around more easily. In the very back tucked away was a mason jar that I thought was just over halfway full of kitchen grease at first, but I realized it wasn't grease. I thought it looked like S. I made the mistake of opening it, and by the smell I knew that it was definitely S. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Disgusted, I threw it away in the dumpster outside. It had to have been my husband's, but I don't know why he would save S in a jar. My husband got home and I asked him about it. He seemed very embarrassed and confessed it was indeed a jar full of S he was filling for almost a year. I was shocked and asked him why. He said whenever it was my time of the month or I wasn't in the mood, he'd jay off into the jar after I went to bed. I asked him why not go in the toilet or use tissues or the shower or something. Why a effing jar? He couldn't answer that other than saying Hef's been doing this since he was a kid. I told him I want him to stop using a jar because it's disgusting. He told me he didn't want to and asked where the jar was. I told him I threw it away and he was upset. He said it took him a long time to fill the jar that much and now he had to start over, and we argued about him using a jar to store old JN. I still don't understand why he wants to fill a jar for F's sake. We argued about it, and during the argument he opened the refrigerator, took a large jar of pickles and dumped it out and started rinsing it out and said, "This is the C jar now." Before I knew it, I'm literally screaming at my husband about seeing in jars and told him he can either see in me or the jar but not both. He clutched the jar and stormed off to the bathroom. I was literally speechless.
So I've exposed you to the My Little Pony cum jar and stuff, right?
Yes.
This is from this dude's childhood?
Nope. This is his guy. This is a wife.
No, like the dude. He started doing this as a child?
That's what he said. Started doing it as a child.
So there's a new originator.
I'm sure there's many people who do this, James. I'm pretty sure there's many people who've done it, because we've also had the guy who snorted 50 grams of dried semen because
I forgot about that.
Yep. Because a lady liked to keep her Tinder dates in it. Now we have this guy who likes to do it, and his wife discovered it. Like, what do you do if you're the wife?
Okay, what's the equivalency? If I find a jar of blood, let's say that, I don't know how I'd react. I don't know how the fuck I'd react.
How is that the equivalent?
What is the equivalent? Because they can't really
I don't
bottle,
know. I don't
they
know.
Can't
But
bottle
dude, I am not. And here's why I say this. And ladies hate me. I don't care. It's y'all
they
can
just
agree with
dump their diva cup into the jar.
Stop, dude. Because the smell. I imagine. Have you ever
Yup.
like the smell of the woman's menstruating blood is
Cum
horrendous.
smells also.
Yes, I know, but not nearly as bad as that.
No, I agree.
And and I'm like a Dracula's fucking like sippy cup of just menstrual blood, like collection from a woman. Just
I go down.
I don't
to
know
the
why, but dude,
basement and
my
there's just jars.
if somebody was sitting next to me right now, they could see my toes. They are completely curled, and if like I'm doing everything from keep from vomiting right now. Like I'm just keep talking my way out of it, and hopefully it's passing, because the thought and the vision that went in my head just made me sick.
Yeah, because it's like I go down
All
to
right.
the basement and I just find jars, and it's
And now this
one
guy,
of them fell down and it's cracked, and so I open the door and it's just like, like I don't know how I'd react. I do not. That woman, I don't know what her immediate thought would be. I do not know. I would be fucking shocked, but I'd be so like, this is amazing. I need to share this with the world. I would want to post it somewhere that I found it.
well,
Like that's going on some Reddit page. That's going on my Twitter. That's going on something. If I find a jar of cum or menstrual blood,
obviously she was married to him and didn't know how to react. So, but wait,
Fully married, and you didn't know about this.
I wonder how long they've been married.
Yeah, that also.
So, but wait, there's more.
All right.
I found a jar that my husband has been eating in and I threw it away. He got very upset with me. I sat down and started watching TV trying to take my mind off it when he came out and joined me and tried to patch things up. I asked him where he hid the jar and he wouldn't fucking tell me. He told me we should just forget about the fight. He apologized to me and told me he'd make sure I didn't have to see the jar if I didn't want to. I wanted us to stop fighting, so I agreed and we didn't speak about it for the rest of the night. He fell asleep early, but I laid in bed for over an hour thinking about the fucking jar. I don't understand why he's so intent on doing something so disgusting and I'm still angry about it. Edit/update. My husband got home and we sat down and talked. After a lot of prying, I got him to come clean with me about why he comes in a jar and why it's in the kitchen. He gets very excited when I eat his cum, and he makes pancakes every weekend for breakfast, and he mixes the cum into the pancake batter and gets off on me eating it without my knowledge or consent. He has been doing this regularly for our entire marriage and has mixed cum in other things I've eaten and drank. I have of course swallowed his cum before, but this is different because he did this without my knowing. I honestly couldn't yell at him or even say anything. I felt numb. I just got up and started throwing shit in a bag while he tried to talk me down and stop me. I ended up leaving with some bare essentials and told him that I need space and will reach out to him when I'm ready to talk. I'm taking some time off of work and headed to a friend's house for a few days. I asked her if I could stay and she doesn't know why, and honestly I don't know what to tell her or anyone else for that matter. I don't know what I'm going to do or what this means for our marriage. I feel disgusted, used, and like trust in my husband has been severely damaged. I haven't cried or done anything yet. I stopped to get a bite to eat on the way to my friend's house and to try to figure out what to say to her because I know she'll have questions. I also think I need to cry first. Thank you to everyone who's been kind and supportive and offered good advice. Please keep it coming because I feel like I'm drowning here and I have no idea what to do. As the Reddit text-to-speech bot, I would like to say this is definitely on my top 3 most horrifying Reddit stories I've ever narrated.
Oh no.
Oh, the keep it coming part just gets me every time. Oh, there was no more trust in that marriage. That marriage is over. That marriage is done. That marriage is
Oh. Oh my god.
over.
What?
All right,
That's like
Oh.
biological warfare.
let's recap. Let's recap real quick. Let's recap here. This lady found what she thought was a grease jar underneath her kitchen sink. Come to find out it was a semen jar that her husband's been jerking off into. So she threw it away, not knowing that that was a safe keeper here. So he throws it
No, he
away.
needed it to
And I thought he
drug
needed
her
it.
and stuff. Basically.
So basically, this dude was jerking off into a jar.
Was he like coming into her shots? Like,
What?
how far did this go? Like, was he just
He
dumping
said he was
cum
putting-
into like drinks and
By
stuff?
the way, he eats the same pancakes. Do you think he made her a separate batch of pancakes?
Or just he poured the batter in and just poured a little bit of cum.
And we're like, oh, here's your 2 pancakes. What a fucking psychopath.
That's a handful of shit.
Like, that's next level creepy. First of all, you're weird for jerking off into a jar and keeping it because, safe, just
Why
'cause
is
you
that
need it in the
becoming a
future.
normal thing?
Reddit. I blame Reddit. I do. I blame Reddit. I don't blame Reddit. I love Reddit because if it was for Reddit, I wouldn't have half of a podcast. I mean, I would find other things to talk about, but this things make me giggle.
Ah,
My goodness. How bad? Over the line. Like, how far? That marriage is officially over. Like, there's no coming back from that one
yeah.
at all. Like, you're like kind of poisoning your wife? Like she could bring up charges against him, can't she? Like you would think,
I
right?
think so.
That's against the law, isn't it?
I'm pretty damn sure.
I mean, cannibalism?
It's
Eating his dead babies?
unconsensual stuff. Yeah.
I don't know. I told you. I told you. I warned you. I warned you, people. You had ample time to turn back 30 minutes ago.
The first story of that, the first edit wasn't that bad. It was like, damn, that's weird. That's a weird fucking husband. I'm sorry for you. I hope you're getting better. That makes it so much worse. That makes it so much worse.
I told you. You all had plenty of ample time to turn back 30 minutes ago.
Oh, I hope she takes some legal action. I really do. She needs to get some money out of that.
Yeah, a divorce attorney. That's the first thing. And when she tells the divorce attorney why she's getting divorced, that would be, I'd be like, here, this is why.
Yes, that's the person you fucking tell. I'm sorry
Like,
for your
how do you
friend.
check that one? In reconcilable. Which box do you check on that one?
Fucking other.
Other irreconcilable differences?
God, what? Just taking that to a judge and just being
That marriage is over.
and it was like years, she said.
How much is he jerking off into this jar?
She said it was only like while she's on her period and stuff.
Okay, obviously this guy's a liar. Okay, let's
Okay.
just be honest.
That also, yes.
Clearly, this dude's a liar. Like it's just not like when she's menstruating. This is probably one in a day habit here.
It has to sneak the jar every time.
Or do you think he has like a shot glass in the bathroom? He just goes and dumps it in.
I'm just thinking the smell of the jar.
I told you, ladies and gentlemen, you guys had ample opportunity to leave 30 minutes ago. That's all I got this week, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome. Just because I had a shit week, I hope you guys have a great week. Now knowing that there's people out there like me and these fucking people on Reddit out there.
You don't have anything else to end on?
No, I do. I do, but we'll get to that. You know me. I always got one last clip for y'all. Don't worry.
Like, motherfucker.
You know,
Oh,
we're fine. We're good, everyone. All right, James, anything else before we leave?
nothing much. Just Kenko_eater on Twitter. Hums from Jones on TikTok and stuff. And yeah, go think about a jar full of menstrual blood.
There you go. I told you, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't have, you had ample opportunity to leave. I hope you guys all feel better about your life now, knowing there's people out there like us running around. Don't worry, I'm not jerking off into a jar or going to drug up my significant other the last year other than their planet. And what was the other one? Oh, Jesus. There's so much. I can't get over it. On that note, go Patreon, folks. Thank you again. You get, like I said, go join the Patreon. $5 a month. Go to the website, lostlosers.com, buy some t-shirts. Follow us on Twitter at losers_lost. Go to lost_loser_podcast on Instagram and TikTok. Make sure you hit subscribe, hit the like button, 5-star review wherever you're listening. That's it. That's all I got. Besides this, let's fucking end it on another good note. A good note by this guy.
Uh-oh. Oh, yes.
U-Haul softball cold spaghetti. Give me that coot when you're ready. Show me where your pet's from. Show me where your pet's from.
Love you all. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Bye.